Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, teaching and preaching the truth around the four corners of the earth. To the Bayashib Dabadiah, the house of David, and the Aqua listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. This is the brother Karatazah from Manavella Camp out here in Las Vegas. So without further ado, we're going to get started in this lesson. Lord willing, it be edifying. You know, what this lesson is going to be about is how these devils, took what was ours and replaced it for themselves. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump into it. I just want to go over this word real quick. It's called it says iconoclasm. And the definition here is the action of attacking or assertively rejecting cherished beliefs and institutions or established values and practices. The rejection or destruction of religious images as heretical, the doctrine of iconoclasts. So let's go into that word, heretical. Religious heresy, holding an opinion at odds with what is generally accepted. And these devils have made, have been contrary to the beliefs and and what we know is right through the Bible and what is right with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and truly played that adversary, but yet still claim, that they love God, but they don't do nothing that he says. They're heretics. So let me go into this the word iconoclast, because that's the derivative. It says a person who attacks cherished beliefs or institutions. That's what had happened back in the Dark Ages. Not the Dark Ages. When Christianity, the Roman Christianity was pushed and forced, on our people, with that wayward doctrine of them believing in the Trinity, defacing and re-imaging Yahushai as Caesar Borgia, and these other heathens have taken a part of that too. They out in Korea they have that Korean Jesus. Let me just bring a picture of that up, because that's just complete folly when you see this image, if you haven't seen it already. Just complete folly. Look at them. They got a buff 4'11" Korean Jesus with dreads. And that's just complete folly. Like, why would you even do that? It's because they have an agenda, and I was going to get it a little bit later, but let's just bring it out now. It seems like it's the right time to do it. And this is Psalms 83 in verse 2. It says, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head, and if you don't know who hates us, that would be the chief heathen, and ruler of this world, Sleazy E. Verse 3, it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And they, it's talking about all the heathen, and mainly Esau though. So they took crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And who are the hidden ones? The hidden ones are the children of Israel, because we don't know who we are in this state. And now, since Alba Bivens started waking up the nation, and through the apostles and prophets on the highways and byways, we're waking people up. And like Ezekiel 37 states, that prophecy is being fulfilled now. Proclaiming that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true people of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, who you ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ. In verse 5, it says, Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. And then you could read 6 through 9 to see who those nations are. And if you want to do your own research, I'm not going to bring it out in this lesson, but you could find the corresponding nations to the rest of these, to these biblical nationalities. But all these nations were confederate in covering, in the destruction of the Israelites. So let's get back to this word iconoclasm. Iconoclast. I'm gonna bring it up. In the etymology, I'm just gonna go right here where it says it derives from icon, the Greek word iconos, which means image, and clastes, which means breaker. God, or clan, past tense of clan, to break. So iconoclast means image breaker, broken image, a destroyer of images used in religious worship, someone who attacks cherished ideas or traditional institutions. And why would they do that? For their own personal gain. So we won't come into remembrance and realize that Yasharallah, Israel, is a true prince of power. Because if we don't know our heritage, then it's easier for them to make us go off. And when we go off, the Most High is angry with us. And He doesn't give us that throne. It's like He doesn't give us that inheritance, and He won't give it until we realize who we are and we call back on His name. So that's that's this devil's main objective, is to keep us low for as long as he can, even though he knows that time is running out. Hey, Revelations 12:12. Just pull it out. That's why this devil's gonna bring hell. And is continuing and is doing so because he knows. This is Revelations 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. We're in the beginning stages of that wrath, and it's just going to continue to get worse. But let's get back on track. So iconoclast means image breaker. And that's what this devil has done. It's going to be Job 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You know, those judges are the elect men of Israel, you know, the 144,000. But mainly, he's covering up the faces, meaning he's disguising, you know, the children of Israel so they don't know who they are. You know, for his own personal gain. So he can control, you know, continue to live out and prolong his reign, which we know is coming to an end, because we could see through his actions that what extents he has to go through. He has to tear down his own system to even gain control of it. That's why he's doing the things that he's doing now. All right, this is gonna be Slakia. This is Isaiah 29 and verse 16. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. You know, so the way that he has made himself, you know, primarily the Jewish, you know, seem like they are the children of the Most High. You know, he's instilled that image into our people's head. For shall the work say of him that made it, he shall made me not, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. So, you know, they don't give no reverence, and everything is, they try to be as if they created everything. And you know, and now try to be creators of you know, of their own worlds, you know, with this metaverse and you know, this new technology that they're releasing into the world, you know, to act as if they are the Most High, you know, flying out to space, you know, huh?
To the Van Allen belt.
Kind to the, not even getting into space,
Right.
you know, getting into the, as the brother said, the Van Allen belt, you know, they can't even break through, you know, because if they had that true power, they had just a sliver of the same power that Yahweh Shem Shai has, they would have already been there, you know. But instead, you know, they tell you false lies that they already been to the moon and all this other BS that don't that we know is not true, you know. And you know, they flipped everything good for light. I'm actually gonna bring that up first. They you know, pushed this homosexuality agenda, you know, and told you it was okay to eat pork, shrimp, and all, and do a whole bunch of abominable stuff, you know, promote abortion, woman worship, you know, and the list continues. But I'm not going to get too far into it, so it won't be that lengthy of a lesson. This is Isaiah 5 and 20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, you know. And that's what these wicked men do. And then they get the wicked Israelites to follow right in their footsteps, because they don't know better, and our nation is destroyed, so they don't even care to make that change. but you gonna pay for that because it says woe, to the wicked, So those people are gonna have to pay for that. And they're gonna have to pay for this too. We're gonna get into it. It says Isaiah 14 and 14, it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's what these devils is trying to do. Trying to make their great escape. But we know that there's no escaping judgment. So they're going to have to pay for what they do. And I'm going to drop down to verse 26. Oh no. Maybe it's not 26. Suck it. 21. Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with the cities. For the iniquity of the fathers, because the generations of this devil, have benefited off of his rape, robbery, and murder. There's something called white privilege for a reason, because you still have certain privileges being of that nation. So you know what the Most High is going to do? He is going to repay you, with a righteous judgment. As we know, all the judgments of the Lord are righteous. And this is where the judgment of those nations is going to happen. It's going to happen in the valley of Yehoshaphat. And just get this. Might be in 3. Come. It says, this is Joel verse 3, or chapter 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Because going back into Proverbs 28 and 30, or Deuteronomy 28 and 36 and 37, they have made Yahweh Shem Yahushai cursed us with making our people's names proverbs and bywords, calling a Judite a so-called Negro, and a Gadite Native American, for instance. These were all, and besides the slandering, and what's the word for racial slurs that they call us, from nigger spicks and Sambo, the red man, but going into this, he said he's gonna and will plead with them, and let's get that word plead, because it's very interesting. It's not that he's gonna converse with you and have like a debate about what's gonna happen with you. If you look in this, it says to judge. He's gonna judge, govern, vindicate, and punish them for the crimes they have committed against the people, his people, the apple of his eye, and to execute judgment. He's going to release that anger that he has built up for these other nations, rightfully so. And I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to get one more script to show you that this is a serious matter, and they have cast maybe that was it, kind of, because I don't want to go too far. I'll just drop down to 7. It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And that's right, because those who go into captivity shall be led into captivity. Revelations 13:10. That's exactly what you devils is going to get. You're going straight into captivity. All right. And that's the righteous recompense that you get. And you don't get to barter, your judgment with the Most High. No, you just going to get it. It's lucky I forgot this last script I was going to get. 1 second. Let me see if I'll get it back. Gone. I was just gonna just want to end it off from here. I believe it's in Proverbs. I just want to get it for the effect. That's what it is. Zechariah 2:8, and it reads, "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me into the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye." And, that's where this indignation is gonna come from, is because you chose to touch his prized possession. It's like that. It's like a father having being so protective over his little girl, in a carnal sense, because that little girl is a prized possession to you, and somebody, hurt her feelings, you ready to go get blood, in a carnal sense. And I don't even have a little girl, but that's the storyline that most people today can relate it to, because he has sent me into the nations which spoiled you. And who spoiled Yasharallah? All these other nations. And there's no escaping that judgment, for you all took your part in it, because you're confederate against thee. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who teach and rule well. To house the Bayash Slakia. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, teaching and preaching this truth. The Bayash Debedad, the house of David, Aqua and Aqua, listening and learning. See you on the next one. Shalom, wa abal.